So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviours, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out. Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at AI, the AI multiverse, right? So I suppose it's the Kucoin gem that no one ever seems to talk about. It seems to be my little thing, so I'll do my bit for YouTube, and I will be the poster boy for AI if that's what is required. But I mean, I can't sell it any other way. I mean, it is a chart. I'm going to have to tell the truth about it, and the chart says this. So basically, this recent pump up was pretty significant, reaching a money flow index read of 91 and then 82 on the way down. Bearish divergence all the way, and now we're getting picked up essentially on this area here, which marks previous resistances, which is now hopefully a significant support. Basically bouncing there yesterday on that pullback that the market suffered, and if that did break down though, it would get pretty nasty. And again, this is a bounce. It might not recover to its full capacity, but again, it is looking okay. I mean, the daily chart still looks okay. We've got conversion baseline cross above the cloud here, so as far as this trend is concerned, the trend is still going up. The trend is still up, and so I would expect this to continue up and actually go to make a new local high at some point relatively soon. That's my expectation of it. Remember, this is a low cap. Well, I mean, is it a shit coin? I mean, technically everything's a shit coin, isn't it, until proven otherwise. When you look at a chart that looks like this, it's not exactly the pillar of health, is it really? I mean, what is that? But this is the sort of thing that attracts me to these coins, you see. I mean, all I'm looking to do is to make some money. I'm not looking to get AI tattooed to my forearm or any other part of my body for that matter. So yeah, so far it's doing okay, and the bounce today is reassuring that it didn't break down further. So there are people trading this, and they're doing it level by level. So moving averages are one thing, but level by level is also another way to do it, and it appears to be where people are taking the opportunity. So they're not willing to let it go down. It's held its value at its previous resistance levels, which are now supports. Very reassuring. So where are we going to go from here? Considering I reckon that the trend is up, I would expect the trend to push up to around about 8 cents relatively soon as a result of all of this. However, the market, we're at the mercy of the market, and the market may decide to bring us down on another liquidation event. Yeah, so there's a few things we have to entertain when we're looking at Bitcoin essentially being the market. The Bitcoin is bullish, right? There's no two ways about it. But it could also come down. We've rallied quite high, quite fast. The money flow index is trickling down, and we're going down once again. But you know, as the market, as the money flow index did come down during this period, the price generally just consolidated. You know, so it's okay for the money flow index to go down. In fact, I kind of welcome it in a way, because when the money flow goes down, it inevitably turns back up. But in the short term, it could bring us down to a lower level. About 62, 63, it wouldn't be a problem. And yeah, of course, you know, when we look at all of this, this is so common. You get bearish divergence all the time. I see people talking about, oh, it's bearish divergence. On this big rally up here, we had bearish divergence going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We had 5 bearish divergence tags on the daily there. On the weekly, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just goes on and on and on and on. So, of course, when you see bearish divergence, it means that momentum is slowing. Doesn't mean that you're waiting for a calamity event. However, you know, you've got to recognize these things for what they are. Bearish divergence is bearish divergence. It means that the trend is potentially slowing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's over. Anyway, let's get back to AI. So this would be a major area for me to think about taking some profit on this one, as it does pump and it does dump. This is what it's famous for so far. We don't have a great deal of history to it, so what we do see is relevant, and you've got to take that on board. You know, obviously, if you're a moon boy, and it's nice to be a moon boy sometimes, and moon boys get rewarded, you know, for their bravery, but For me, I think getting in at these low levels here, majority here, and picked up a bit down here. I think if we're reaching up at this level around here, so let's call my average entry just around 2 cents or just below 2 cents. So that would be a nice gain for me, right? To take maybe as much as 50% profit. That would mean I'd take my investment out, I get a nice amount of profit, and the rest is just profit that could ride, and it could go up, massively. It could. There's no reason why it couldn't. It's a Kucoin chart. We are approaching what I think will be the peak of a bull market, right? Of a 4-year bull market cycle. And if anyone is around for those peaks in the past, they're pretty special. They are very special. But there's another thing over here which is something that I can't ignore, which is the money flow index on the weekly. Already at 85. Obviously we know that these can go a lot higher. These, especially Kucoin charts, they can go up to 99.9 on the money flow index before there's any kind of bubble pop. But for me, I would definitely like to take some profit on this one, and this is the obvious area. As we've already seen that this is getting played level by level, we've already seen that the previous resistance flipped to support, so I would imagine that the previous resistance over here is still going to be resistance, and that is just over 8 cents. My sell target for 50% of my AI is at 8 cents. And the rest I will put in my Moonboy bag and just leave to the end of the cycle, because you just don't know where it'll take you. But it's definitely good to bank some profit, especially when you're dealing with a coin that isn't very old and has a history of pumpage and dumpage. We just don't want to get caught on the wrong side of that. It's a shame to waste some profit. Where possible, do try and take profit. Because I see this. I've seen it obviously after what happened yesterday. A lot of people are talking about how devastating their portfolio was. Well, I mean, your unrealized gains are just that, aren't they? They are unrealized gains. So you can't look at what your unrealized profits are and get too excited about them. Effectively, they're not profits at all, are they? There's no profit until it's taken. So it's a learning experience for those who are relatively new to the market, and it's a very important part of trading, which is you do have to take profit. Some people I've spoken to on my Telegram chat, they've been in the market for years and they've never taken profit, and that's dangerous, right? I try and take profit every month just anyway, cash it out into my bank. Some people think that that's crazy. Some people think that's mad, because you're like, well, why don't you just reinvest it? It's like, no. You've got to take some chips off the table sometimes, right? And you've got to pay yourself a wage. What's the point of all of this? Crypto is a very, very volatile trading. It's the most volatile asset class that I know of. It's why we like it. But remember, things can go up, things can go down. Remember what happened in May? The market just lost 50% of its market cap over that within a 2-week period. Just gone. That wasn't even a real bubble pop either. And we are sort of, we're getting closer to the cliff edge. We're not quite there yet. We can just about see the horizon, but it's there is a very realistic chance of another bubble pop. In maybe a few months from now. Yeah, and so taking profit incrementally on the way up, especially with coins like this, is definitely worth it. And again, I am prepared to be half Moonboy, half realistic trader, and my sell target's around here. So yeah, it's not overheated. The trend is still up. The market is okay to me, but I think I want to take some chips off the table at 8 cents. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there, guys, but thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Join the Telegram, it's free, and if you want to join the Patreon, we do 2 live streams a week, and there's a link in the description for all of that. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.